Hey everybody, Subrick here. I'm gonna try and be short with this since it's 2:36 in the morning now, and I'm really tired and disheveled, and I need to be up in the morning. But this is something that I felt the need to talk about. For those who aren't in the know, or for those that simply stopped caring a long time ago, the George Zimmerman trial wrapped up today, and the jury found him not guilty of both second degree murder, which was the original charge that was brought upon him, and manslaughter, which was added before the jury deliberations began. And there are a lot of people that are going completely insane over this. They're saying the typical stuff that happens after a media circus trial. And if you notice, in these media circus trials where the kinds that capture a nation, as the case has captured a nation, as the USA Today article says, in these media circus trials, the opposite of what everybody wants to happen to the defendant happens. We saw it in the O.J. Simpson trial, we saw it in the Casey Anthony trial, now we see it in the George Zimmerman trial. But as I was saying, there are a lot of people that are going completely out of their minds over George Zimmerman being found not guilty, saying that, whatever faith they had in the law left is now gone, and, other assorted ridiculousness such as that. The fact of the matter is that the prosecution was not able to prove its case. The prosecution, they had just a messy case. In my personal opinion, as a witness to this, and we are all witnesses to this, we're all witnesses to things like big trials nowadays because of TV and the internet and whatnot. In my opinion, the prosecution lost the moment that they put Rachel Jeantel on the stand. And I'm not going to be like some other people and, make fun of her for reasons that you should not criticize her for. I'm not going to make fun of her because she's, overweight or anything dumb like that. And I know a few people that are, call her precious no matter what. But she was a very crappy witness. She was about as bad a witness for the prosecution as possible. The fact that she was so uncooperative with the defense attorney, she had a very bad attitude. She lied about her age, for one thing, and she lied about not going to Trayvon Martin's funeral. She just killed whatever chance the prosecution had to convince the jury. And that's in addition to all the defense testimony, all the witness testimony, I should say, that said that, Zimmerman was underneath Trayvon Martin, and Trayvon Martin was beating the shit out of him. And put yourself in, for the people that are going nuts for this, put yourself in the situation of George Zimmerman. And I'm not defending him here because he killed a person, and even if it's accidental, or even if it's not intended, it's still wrong. He still killed a person. But put yourself in your shoes. Regardless of whether he started it or not, if you were pinned underneath a person who was punching you in the face multiple times and slamming your head into a concrete sidewalk, what would you do? Would you not do anything? Would you just sit there and take it? Because people don't seem to realize that the human head and the neck and the brain, they don't react the way to like a punch or getting battered against a wall. the way that you would see it in something like an action movie. I read a comment on one of these articles that said that if one of these action movie heroes got punched multiple times in the head in real life the way that they do in the movies, they would be brain dead or just simply dead. So if you're George Zimmerman and you're in that situation, would you not want to defend yourself? And like I said, I'm not making an excuse for what he did. I am not saying that, he was justified in killing a person. He was justified in defending himself. It was a justifiable homicide. But I'm not saying that what he did, him following Trayvon Martin, was a smart thing to do at first. And there's a lot of questions that are being opened up about race issues, and I just had an argument with somebody earlier today on my Facebook. I had mentioned what I had mentioned a couple minutes ago, that Rachel Jeantel was a really bad witness and that she was a big reason, in my opinion, for the jury turning against the prosecution. And this person, who shall remain nameless because duh, this person put forth the claim that it is impossible for white people to be discriminated against because they're not the minority, they're the majority, and therefore the majority cannot be victims of racism. I don't fucking know. I put forth many different arguments to this person, and they're very long, so I won't go into detail about them here. But this person was about as typical a New England, because I live in New England, but a New England super liberal, super PC, super feminist, because she brought up a lot of feminist talk in this for some reason, I don't know why, kind of person. And people like that are just massive headaches. And there are a lot of people like that that are reacting to the decision in George Zimmerman's trial. And I'd went on Democratic Underground earlier after first reading about the verdict, because someone said that on Democratic Underground there were people going batshit over this. And I went on there, and it's true. There are people on Democratic Underground who are absolutely losing their minds over this, like in a very unhealthy way. For people like that, don't. It's not worth it. Yes, it's a very intriguing case, and yes, it'll end up, like the OJ trial, like the Casey Anthony trial, even though it's a lesser example, like that trial that just wrapped up with, I completely forget her name, I'll put an annotation in here somewhere when I find it out, that woman who killed her boyfriend, I think it was. It'll end up like trials like that, where it'll be talked about amongst the general populace, and it'll possibly be studied as well. People that are going crazy over this, like I said, calm the fuck down. It's not worth it to lose your mind to this extent over a trial that you aren't even directly connected to. So that's pretty much all I have to really say about it. Guys like Liberal Viewer said it a lot better than I did, and a bit more on topic and shorter too. This video, I don't know how long it's gone for. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about it, and I'm expecting a shit ton of hate mail from people that are going crazy over Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman, the kind of people that would support the new Black Panther Party's $10,000 bounty on them. Yeah. Subrick out.